Hi, I'm Allison. I'm almost 26 years old and I've been nomadic traveling with my husband for the past year and a half. I've traveled to 16 countries and nearly all of the United States in that time. I work online as a freelance video editor, which allows me to freely travel and work. But how did I get here? Well, I want to take you back and explain who I am and how I got to where I am now. Like I said, I'm Allison, and I grew up in a small town called Gas City. I was raised by two loving parents who always wanted me to follow my dreams. Some of those dreams included playing an instrument in band, running cross country, or even going on missions trips. I even had the dream of making videos as a teenager. I made many embarrassing videos with my friends and even made school memory videos for my classmates to look back on. Then, my junior year, I had the biggest dream I've ever had before, and that was to join the US military, specifically the Navy. I finally graduated high school, and then I went to boot camp. Yes, here's me with the most embarrassing haircut ever. My very first place to be stationed at was Pensacola, Florida. I was so happy to be near a beach you don't even know. But this was just for school, and I was only going to be here for a year. This year was a huge moment in my life because I met my husband, Aaron. He was also in the Navy, and we were inseparable during this year at school. We couldn't even go 24 hours without seeing each other. And then 5 months later, he asked me to marry him. And then 3 months after that, we were married. And then that year in Florida, it came to an end. But we were extremely lucky, and we got stationed in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii for 3 years. And this is where we started having our very first challenges as a newly married couple. Aaron was heading out to sea for 8 months, and I was just this 19-year-old girl on the other side of the world away from my family. This time was hard, but I made it the best I could. I hung out with friends, I went hiking a lot, I went to the beach, but really, I was just sad. My best friend wasn't here to experience all of these things with me. And then, about 2 years into our time in Hawaii, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. I started having nocturnal grand mal seizures, and the Navy was like, nope, can't have you here anymore. And this was the real turning point for Aaron and I. We had this conversation that we both just wanted to travel. No more military, no more working for the government, we just wanted to travel. And then Aaron, unfortunately, headed out for his second deployment. But I was determined to make what we were talking about a reality. I saved every penny I could from the military paychecks. I didn't go out with friends too often, I just saved. Aaron got back from his second deployment and he was getting stationed in Oklahoma City for 18 months. And then the countdown started. We were going to sell everything we own and travel the world for at least 2 years with the money we have saved. All we owned was a Mazda CX-5 and some camping gear. We started out by just road tripping the US, we did Route 66, and we even spent Valentine's Day in Colorado. But March is when our first big trip was going to happen. We had a missions trip planned with our church to be in the villages of Guatemala. The church only stayed there for a week, but Aaron and I loved it so much that we ended up staying 2 months. After that amazing time in Guatemala, we ended up heading back to the States. And that's when we stumbled across this ad for a thing called the Nomad Cruise. I saw that it was for people who were location independent and work remotely while they're traveling. We were only 8 months into our 2-year adventure, and we both loved this so much that we never wanted to stop living this lifestyle. So we ended up signing up for the Nomad Cruise. It was going to be in November from Barcelona, Spain to Recife, Brazil for 13 days. But we had 2 months to kill before we needed to be in Spain, so we decided to backpack around parts of Europe. We went to England, Wales, Scotland, Iceland, Poland, Croatia, Greece, and then eventually Barcelona to meet up with 300 other nomads. You see, before this cruise, we were trying out travel blogging. We had a blog called Blessed by Travel, and it was just not succeeding. And I believe that was because we really didn't have a passion for it. This Nomad Cruise was a turning point for us. We met amazing people, lifelong friends, and we got hired for our very first videography, video editing gig. And this didn't just happen once. We got hired by 4 different people for different videos that they needed. We were so excited. We were already creating videos for fun on our YouTube channel and Instagram, but now people were willing to pay us for what we already enjoyed doing. And so, we started getting hired for freelance video editing and videography work. And then we finally realized that if we do this right, we can make this into a real business. And then unfortunately, COVID happened. And it really jacked up our plans, as I'm sure it did everyone else's. But we didn't let this stop us from living out our dreams. So we got to working on us and our brand. We started taking YouTube and Instagram more seriously, and now even creating a website for our company, Spieler Media Productions. We wanted to make it easier for businesses or even individuals to hire us. This website is in the works, and it's not currently up and running. yet, but that will be here very soon. So this is where we are right now, and I can't help but look back at my life and see how it unfolded and feel a sense of accomplishment. It makes me incredibly excited to see where our YouTube channels and our business takes us. So if you want to continue following along on Erin and I's journey, then please consider subscribing to both of our YouTube channels and show your support by liking, commenting, and sharing our posts whenever we put them out. So that is my story, and I'm ready to keep adding to it.